Hi, Slightly Unblended, and today I'm doing a little bit of the struggle game. I'm doing this bronzy, smoky out look, and if you'd like to see how I got it, then just keep on watching. Hey everybody, I suck at neutral makeup. Partly because that's not how I got into makeup. I come into makeup with the thought of I'm doing bold, I'm doing colorful, and this is how it's gonna be. So I don't have a lot of practice with neutral makeup. So I figured it would be so much fun to watch me struggle, but I wanted to do like a bronzy little something like this and lashes. I'm actually in a makeup group called All About That Face, and I really like it. Out of the people there, I've made some really amazing friends, and we're doing kind of a pick a look for someone else to do kind of thing, which I kind of had in mind for when it was sunny again. I would film a bronze look more for a summertime, not really summertime, but like a springtime thing. And so yeah, but I was given this look, and yeah, there it goes. So it was really kind of fitting with how I was gonna come up and film. So without me jibber-jabbering just entirely too much, I'm gonna jump into it. I struggled with this. I wiped it off twice, and I know I said I struggled, but I don't think struggling is the word I'm looking for. It's maybe an understatement. I'm sorry, I keep looking over here. My coffee's moving because I have the table right here, and the way I'm sitting and my knee hits the table, and I don't want my coffee flying. But I have to have coffee because I stay cold and I just wanted hot coffee. So to start this out, I am taking this 310 bronzer from ColourPop because, and don't mind that, it looks all gross, but I don't own many neutral palettes. So I went through and I was like, okay, the one that I know is neutral and the one that I bought just in case, I was like, let me just do this a little soft today. So I got the Gone Coconuts palette, right? And I was like, oh yeah, I'll be able to do that with this. I used this some, but it wasn't quite like what I needed. So then I broke out the old trusty Wanderlust palette because when I bought this, I was kind of expecting it to be less of the shimmers. I thought there was gonna be like matte greens and whatnot. Anyway, I do like this palette though, and I used it. But for the base, and where did I set that brush? I've been using this BH Cosmetics brush. What is it? So to start the base, I'm going to use that ColourPop bronzer. I'm just going to make sure that I have my brush cleaned off. And I'll be taking the BH Cosmetics #2 brush, and I will be applying this bronzer right up into the crease and blending it like outwards, but I'll show you. So let me turn so I can see and make sure I don't have the mirror like right up in my face where y'all can't see what I'm doing. But I'm just gonna start about right here, blend into the crease. So for me, this look was more like unlearn everything that you know because it's gonna not look right. So like, anyway, I fought with it and finally got it to come together, and I was like, okay, now I can't wait to film this other eye and get everything rolling, because when I put the lashes on and I do that lower lash line, I really think it's gonna come together. Okay, so I think I have it quite a bit the way it needs to be mapped out. So I'm gonna put the bronzer away for right now. And the next shade I'll be taking is going to be from the Wanderlust palette, and it is Statement. I'll be taking it with the ColourPop E1 brush. Yes, E1 brush. Make sure it's cleaned off. And I'm just gonna go into Statement right here. And I'm just going to buff that into the deep crease slightly. So you see how this is kind of like carved out right here. So that's where I'm gonna start applying this. Just gently. Just working it in, blending it with that bronzer. Working on the outer bit of the eye here. Working it inward. Okay, that was simple. I think I took forever trying to figure out what was gonna happen with that when I was doing this earlier, but I'm just gonna apply it just a little bit here to this outer corner of the eye. Just tap, 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 and work it in, blend and blend. I'm so cringy, guys, I'm sorry. I'm just excited to sit down and film because I felt so useless. All right, and okay, so with the BH Cosmetics number 2 brush, just take a teensy tiny bit of nostalgia. My knee just made a weird feeling, not noise, but it felt weird. Felt like I had a bug running on it, but it didn't. It was not that. Okay, that's, oof, now I got the heebie-jeebies. Alright, anyway, just a teensy tiny bit of this. Let's get over that gross feeling from that. Anyway, I'm gonna take that, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna place it right here on this outer V area. Just gently buff it. Just so barely. Bring it to here, the inner V, blend, bring it out, bring it in just a little bit farther. All right, now what I'm gonna do is take, see, I can't remember what shades I used because I ended up doing 10 million other things before I actually got to come film, so yeah. I'm gonna take a little bit of colada and apply it with that number 2 brush from BH Cosmetics. Make sure you have your brush cleaned off. I have one of those quick changer things. I got mine off Amazon, I think, for like $5. I had one from BH Cosmetics, but I used it so much that the sponge was like worse off than this one. But anyway, just gonna apply that right here on the inner corner, the outer corner of the eye, just to start to try to build some depth. What I'm gonna do is just kind of sweep it. Now I'm going to take Statement from the Wanderlust palette with the, what did I show it? I can't get it open. With the Sigma E25 brush, I'm just gonna take a little bit of Statement, tap off the excess, and just kind of blend these ones together. Really focus that on that, like that deep crease area. So now I'm just gonna take this same brush and I'm gonna go into the Go and Coconuts palette again. I'm gonna take a little bit of Colada again and just right where we blended with Statement, apply that as well. See, I think what I do is I take something that should be simple and overthink it and then make a lot more work than there normally would be. Okay, now I'm just going to take that ColourPop bronzer again and the Luxie 237 brush, and I'm just gonna really focus that right here in the crease. This is how I think I did it a little bit backwards from how I normally do when I'm using color. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take some of this ColourPop No Filter Concealer in Fair Double Zero and the Morphe M421 brush, and I'm just gonna cut the crease halfway, and I'm not gonna just use a whole lot of concealer. I just wanna have a tacky enough base for the shade from this Go and Coconuts palette called Cocoa Crush to be able to sit down on, and then we'll blend that in with some colors and touch up the crease and all that good stuff. So for right now, I'm just starting with about this much of the concealer. So you can see it's not a whole lot at all. So, focus, okay. So now I'm just gonna apply it on the inner corner and then kind of bring it up and follow the outline of my crease, just bringing it up just a tiny bit more and then starting to let it dry before we apply the shimmer. So now that that is laid down and she there, what we're gonna do is take Statement again. This time I'm gonna take the ColourPop E10 brush, and I have such a habit of closing my palettes, like if I'm not using them. Does anybody else have that habit? So I'm just like opening palettes, closing palettes, it's wild. Anyway, I'm gonna take Statement on the ColourPop E10 brush, and I'm just going to define right here because I've taken it up just a little bit too far. And I'm just gonna run it down here, and that helps just to blend it together. Now what I'm gonna do is take that BH Cosmetics number 2 brush and some more of that ColourPop bronzer just to blend that out. So now what I'm gonna do, because she's looking a little I'm going to go back into the Going Coconuts palette and take this little Morphe pencil brush thingy of all. Pretty sure it's a pencil brush, but what I like best about the ColourPop one, no, I'm not talking about brushes, but the ColourPop one has a fuzzy on it, is more dense and precise to where, like that one's more, it's harder and this one's fluffier, but they both work really good in different areas. So what I'm going to do now is take Colada on the little Morphe brush, tap off the excess, and I'm really just gonna work it into the outer third of my lid, or outer half. Just kind of bring it over onto the shimmer and blend them together. I'm gonna take just a little bit of Nutty and work that in here just to get it a little darker to get the build up ready for the black shade we'll be using. And I'm just gonna apply it right here to this close to the lash line, kind of bringing it out just a little and bringing it onto the shimmer to blend it. Okay, now I know it kind of looks a little bit like an actual shit right here, but how I'm gonna fix it is I'm going to clean off this brush and I'm going to use the Smoke Show palette to add a little bit of that smoke. So I'm using the shade Let's Do It, and this palette is pretty dirty because I used it so much when I first got it. I use it a lot just for like the Let's Do It shade in here because it's so good. I'm just gonna take it, I'm going to put it right into the lash line. I'm just kind of tapping it down for right now. Just kind of patting it. Almost like I'm trying to do a winged liner. Make sure I get right here at the end of my eyelid. Now I'm just gonna kind of blend it. And I've decided that I don't like this brush, so I'm gonna suck it up and use it anyway because I can't remember which brush I used to do it to begin with. Gonna add it down here, pat it down, and do a little bit of blending. Bring it up into the outer V. I'm just gonna blend it out with some of those brown shades here in just a second. So now I'm just going to use the BH Cosmetics number 2 brush and a little bit of Nutty. Just tap off the excess because you don't want to overdo it. Just really blend Let's Do It out with that. Okay, so now I'm just going to take a little bit of Statement from the Wanderlust palette. On the same brush, I cleaned it off. I'm just going to take it, tap off the excess, and blend the edges of this out. Just run it through the crease just a little bit more. Get everything good and blended. with the Luxie 237 brush, I'm going to take a little bit more of this 310 bronzer, and I'm just going to blend out the edges and just where we started out with this, get it good and seamless, and it look like it's giving you that natural wider eye. This is why women are shapeshifters, or anyone that wears makeup, because you don't have to just be a girl to wear makeup. Makeup is for everyone. Okay, so now that everything is just what it's gonna be for now, I'm gonna go ahead and finish my face off camera, and then I'll come back and we'll do the lower lash line and eyeliner, which for that picture it looked like it was a blue eyeliner, and really honestly I think the only blue eyeliner that I have is Santos. So I want to say I had another, I don't know what happened. No, I have a liquid one. Yeah, I have a Sephora liquid one, and this one, and I had another one, but it was old, and I think I got rid of it. But anyway, I'll be back. And I'm back on my BS. Okay, not really, I'm back. So, I went ahead and I put the Santos gel liner in my waterline because the whole mess, and I'm creasing because I didn't use concealer. I used my foundation thing. So that was my bad, but it's all good because it's just gonna come off here as soon as possible anyway. So now I'm just gonna take the Smoke Show palette and go into Let's Do It, and I'm gonna take that on the ColourPop E10 brush and run it through my lash line. I apologize if you hear a lot of traffic noise and whatnot in the background. It's usually not so bad. But what annoys me the most about it right now is the fact that we should be at home and not out. And I've heard dirt bikes going boom boom and cars just driving like they're trying to race. Like, it's not let's go out on the beautiful day and have fun day. It's let's stay at home so that we don't spread the sickness. And I didn't want to bring this onto my channel, but right now just hearing how many people are out and just fucking off has me pretty livid. Like, we need to stay home. Our governor doesn't want to enforce a shelter in place, so we have people doing this. And I apologize for getting off on this rant, but stay home. It's not about you. It's about everybody else that can get this disease or get this virus and die. Please stay home. Okay, now back to my look because I need to get off the soapbox before I completely lose it. So now with the Morphe pencil brush thingy, I'm gonna go into Nutty and I'm gonna blend that out. Now with the BH Cosmetics number 2 brush, I'm just gonna take that bronzer and blend that out, and that'll be the final step for the shadows, and then we'll have some lashes popped on and we'll be good to go. Okay, I'm just gonna pop on the lash and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the finished look. A little bronzy, a little neutral, a little smoky, glowy. My face is broke out right here as I've been stressed out, but it's okay. I am proud of this look because I struggled so bad. Like, why is neutral so hard for me? I love colorful things. Like, I don't struggle nearly as bad with color as I do neutrals. But if you'd like to see some more of what I've done, see some more of what I'm gonna do, anything like that, you can check out all my social medias. I have them down below. I'm on TikTok, Slightly Unblended, Twitter, Slightly Unblent. Lately, I've just kind of been avoiding Twitter or getting on there to tweet the governor. Instagram, Slightly Unblended on there as well. Facebook page, Slightly Unblended, all that good stuff. If you'd like to have a chance of being featured in an upcoming video, please use the hashtag Slightly Unblended on Instagram, and I might be able to show your face. No, I will show your face. I don't think I've had one on the hashtag show up yet. I'm gonna double check because whenever I get one, I'm gonna show their beautiful face. Okay. So that is that. If you'd like to see some more of what I'm going to be doing in the future, or you have any suggestions, let me know down below. And if you'd like to see more, like I just said, because I'm backtracking there, please subscribe. Maybe hit the notification bell if you want to be like right on the inside there, like whenever it goes up. Rambling mess. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I'll see you in the next one. Bye.